Welcome to The Explainer, folks. Today, we're unpacking something absolutely wild. We are taking a deep dive into the Puri Rath Yatra. But actually, we're not just looking at this as cultural observers. We are going to treat this like a full-on educational documentary. We're exploring the incredible synthesis of ancient wisdom, modern science, and global faith that powers this massive event. We're talking about a tradition that is over 2,000 years old, documented all the way back in the ancient Skanda Purana, that somehow continues to be a marvel of living, breathing engineering today.
To really wrap your head around the sheer scale of what we're dealing with here, I want you to just picture this number: 1 million. Imagine over 1 million devotees from all corners of the globe gathered together pulling in perfect phase synchronization. This isn't just a big crowd, you know? Our source material actually identifies this as human sync dynamics. It's this breathtaking scale of human devotion and harmonic coherence. You have hundreds of thousands of people literally operating as a single, unified entity to pull these colossal chariots forward.
And honestly, our source material hits the nail on the head with this quote. This is a civilization on the move. It's not just a festival, it's a massive, living ecosystem in motion. It represents the movement of the divine, the manifestation of the universe, and this massive reawakening of humanity. When you have 1 million people working together in that kind of synchronized rhythm, you aren't just watching a parade, you're watching an ancient civilization mobilize itself right before your eyes.
So let's dive right in and look at how this 2 millennia-old event unites spiritual consciousness, insanely complex engineering, and circular sustainability into one spectacle. It's a flawless intersection of fields that, let's be honest, we usually keep completely separate today. It really proves that faith and science aren't at odds here. Together, they represent some truly profound civilizational wisdom.
Act 1. The Sacred Cycle of Faith and Rebirth.
Okay, so before a single wheel even turns, there's this massive cosmological clock ticking away in the background. The core of the tradition is a process called Navakalabra, which basically translates to a renewal or rebirth. The deities undergo this periodic transmutation into entirely new neem wood bodies. But get this, it doesn't happen every year. Based on the Hindu calendar, it only occurs during a rare double Ashada month. That means this cycle only perfectly aligns every 8, 12, or 19 years. It's this incredibly profound philosophical representation of the soul's transmigration, literally rendered into physical form.
And this spiritual journey itself is highly structured, moving logically from purification straight through to triumph. It kicks off with Snana Purnima, which is a divine bath using exactly 108 pots of sacred water to purify the body, mind, and karma. Then you have Anusara, a quiet period of seclusion for healing and introspection. After that comes Rathanarman, the sacred geometric construction of the chariots, which eventually leads up to the Bahuta Yatra, the triumphant return journey. Every single step is meticulous, and every step is deeply symbolic.
Moving on to Act 2, engineering the divine chariots.
Now, you might be wondering, how do you actually move a towering wooden skyscraper on wheels without the whole thing collapsing under its own weight? Just look at the sheer scale of the 3 chariots from our sources. They are built to these fixed, ancient specifications that haven't changed in centuries. You've got Nandi Ghosha, the chariot of Lord Jaganath, standing a staggering 45 feet tall with 16 wheels draped in yellow and red. Then there's Taladwaja for Lord Balabhadra, 44 feet tall, 14 wheels in green and red. And finally, Darpadalana for Goddess Subhadra, at 43 feet with 12 wheels in black and red. I mean, these aren't just parade floats, they are multi-story wooden giants.
Incredibly, the Visvakarma Savakas build these colossal structures from scratch every single year in exactly 58 days. And here's the part that absolutely baffles modern architects. They do it entirely using hereditary knowledge. There are no modern sketches, there are 0 tape measures or rulers. They use traditional joinery with interlocked wooden planks, and every measurement is taken purely by the forearm, a unit they call the cubit. It's this living, breathing example of ancestral engineering, passed down through pure memory and practice.
And the architecture itself brilliantly illustrates quantified sacred geometry. The design isn't random at all. The chariot is physically divided into 3 sections, representing the trinity of body, mind, and soul, or, if you prefer, creation, preservation, and destruction. Even those 16 wheels on the main chariot, they represent the 16 kalas, or phases that constitute everything in the universe. It is literal philosophy engineered right into the wood.
Act 3. Physics of a moving temple.
So the crazy part is how this ancient craft translates into highly sophisticated, real-world physics.
When we compare their traditional methods, like using that forearm cubit and assembling these massive structures without a single iron nail, to the resulting mechanics, we see an innate mastery of physics. The wooden wheels perfectly distribute the load to reduce friction. Their center of gravity is meticulously calculated to keep them stable despite how incredibly tall they are. Plus, they're designed to manage extreme vibration and resonance. Just imagine the harmonic coherence required to absorb the acoustic energy of 1 million people chanting and drumming all at once without those wooden joints shaking themselves apart.
Yet what's really fascinating is that they aren't actually afraid of precision modernizations when safety demands it. I mean, how do you stop a 45-foot rolling mountain, right? They use innovative studded braking technology. Our sources revealed that these rubber and nail brakes are literally inspired by the studs on the bottom of football cleats. They also use mechanical sawmills now to make sure the massive wooden wheels are cut with absolute precision. It's a really perfect handshake between ancient wisdom and modern innovation.
Which brings us to our final act, Act 4, a sustainable, sacred ecosystem.
Let's see how all of this builds into an extraordinary lesson in zero-waste management. You're probably thinking, if they build these massive wooden structures every single year, isn't that an environmental disaster? Well, actually, scratch that. It's the exact opposite. It's a perfect closed loop. Over 1,000 new trees are planted annually to replenish the environment. The sacred neem wood is harvested, the chariots are built, and then, right after the festival, these completely biodegradable marvels are dismantled. Every bit of that old wood is upcycled to serve as fuel for the temple kitchen, feeding thousands and thousands of people.
Zero metal, zero cement, zero waste, zero pollution, 100% sacred. This ancient framework operates precisely as the circular economy that the modern world is so desperately trying to achieve today. There is no massive landfill at the end of this event. Every single piece of the structure returns to serve the community and the earth.
And that leaves us with a pretty profound question to wrap up this explainer. We just explored how an ancient civilization designed a zero-waste, globally synchronized, brilliantly engineered ecosystem centuries ago using nothing but human hands, natural materials, and incredible faith. If this level of harmonic synchronization and ecological foresight was achieved thousands of years ago, what is stopping us from applying those exact same principles of circular sustainability and unified action to our modern world today? Thank you so much for exploring these divine mechanics with me. Keep learning and keep asking the big questions.